Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ireland Live for Wednesday, the 22nd of July, 2026. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined in a while by somebody else about 9:30, 10 o'clock, just to have a chat about a few things that's going on and everything else. And what a busy week we've had. Like, it's woman stabbed up in Galway, you know what I mean? Men knocked out and people knocked down in Cavan. Skerries wrecked on Saturday and Sunday. Jesus Christ, man! Like what's happening in this country? Like, are people blind? Like, this is happening. And if it wasn't, I'm going to be honest with you. I looked. People sent me in different stuff to check about different stuff, and the whole lot. The guy who got done for rape again after raping the woman in 2016. I went to get that information, and it's gone. It's scrubbed off all of the. I'll tell you what it's on. It's on the Times. Let me just check there for you, just because it was actually sent in to me. And yeah, it was sent in to me. Yeah. And when you click into the journal.ie, you click into the Times, and the other one, no, you're getting nothing. It's coming up an error 404. They don't want you reading this stuff, lads. They don't want you seeing this stuff. You know what I mean? Flame Chef, how are you? How are you doing, Hunt? All good. Dublin live action, don't hold back. Yeah, love it. Me too. Yeah. Hello, Paul and chat. Hi, guys. Hi. A lot has happened in the last week. You better believe it. My God, this country is. We spoke about this. Oh, Jesus, we've been talking about this. Like, we're going. What, 3 years? 2022, 2022, whatever. 3 years, and I think we were 3 years in Patrick's Day this year. But we've been talking about this. When I started this show, I was saying, listen, something happens once a week. We're getting it once a week or twice, once every 2 weeks, we were getting something. And I remember talking to Derek Bly about this, because Derek Bly spoke to me in Cork about this, that the shit was happening. He was talking about it and telling people about it. And I started contacting him and I said, listen, this is getting out of hand. He said, yeah, it used to be once or twice. Now it's gone ridiculous. Now we're getting 3 and 4 incidents a day. Like, that's how bad this has got, guys. You know what I mean? Guys, keep sharing out there. Sorry. That's how bad this has got. You know what I mean? You had the scariest thing there. I'm sorry, lads. Them black lads are fighting with everyone. You know what I mean? The chest goes out. They have an argument. Now, I've not an interview. I have a report there from Philip Dwyer. I'm going to play in the next few minutes as well. He done a report from there, I think, this evening. So it's a few minutes, 4 minutes or whatever. He filled you in exactly what happened. He's been talking to the locals the whole lot. So fair play to Phil for that. Anchor Babies wreck Skerries Harbour. Yeah, you're right, man. You're dead right. Deirdre, hello, Paul. The country has gone so crazy. Yeah, you're dead right. It's gone mental. And this government don't give a shit. Where's Ruth Coppinger? You know what I mean? Nothing about the woman stabbed. Now, the woman who was stabbed, I'm going to just go on to that now for a minute. Okay, just bear with me. Let me just do. I have it. There it is there. Sorry, I'll just share that there. So you need to share the screen. So there we go. All right. Woman treated for stabbing injury in Holy Cross Church in Tramore, Waterford. Emergency services are at the scene. This was yesterday. This was done, of a suspected stabbing incident in the Holy Cross Church in Tramore. Several units of An Garda Síochána, the National Ambulance Service, responded to a call before 10 a.m. this morning. A female in her 50s is believed to have been stabbed on the altar of the church. She's been transferred to University Hospital Waterford for treatment and her injuries, which are believed to be a single stab wound. Injuries sustained are not believed to be life-threatening. A male is in custody in connection with the incident. Gardaí are appealing for anyone with any information to contact Tramore Garda Station on 051 391 620. So there's where it happened, Holy Cross. Now, I have I have somebody has contacted me and gave me the guy's name, and it seems this guy turned to religion a few years ago. Uh, he's a local man. Okay, his name is Niall Cummins, from what I've been told. Like, people have sent this in to me, people from the area, and someone said he is a religious nut, and he's on lots of medication for his mental health. Okay, people were surmising yesterday, oh, he must be a foreigner, he must be this, he must be that. You know what I mean? Because the name wasn't given out. Well, there you have it there now. That's the name I've been given. So if he has mental health problems, he needs to get his shit together. He needs to get himself sorted out. But you cannot go around stabbing people. I don't care. I don't care what your mental health is. Like, listen, we all have our problems. We all have whatever. You know what I mean? Like the guy who stabbed someone up at the airport. Do you remember that 3 years ago? Oh, it was because his social welfare was cancelled, and and it was a cry for help. Come on, that's not washing anymore. These people have to be stopped. Hi there, Paul. How are you, Vincent? How are you? Do you get got dinner? How are you doing? Yeah, Rockpedia. Uh, what's happening to Ireland? Knife crime gone up. Gangs and scaries trying to drive over people. Sexual assaults. All homegrown Irish. Surely someone can stop all of this. Who? People have tried to stop it, and it's not happening, boys. That's Sean. The internet's gone funny here, guys. I'm at the freezing there. I'm frozen. Love Hate was not a documentary, but it's more. It is more hardcore now, and there's a new enemy. Yeah, there's something happening here, guys. They're messing with me. Good evening, folks. Blessed be all through pages. How are you doing, bud? Galloway, how are you? From the north, how are you, buddy? Like, sub, share, fitter. What's the story? She's more concerned about the foxes. Ruth Coppinger. Yeah. She's a scumbag. A scumbag. Fits our damage control is the main concern. Yeah. Well, how are we going to do this? I'm going to be honest with you, guys. I can see the only way we're going to get out of this is a civil war. And that's just the way it is. Unless we have direct action now, we're not getting out of this, guys. I'm sorry. We're just not. There's nobody going to come in here on a big white horse with a sword and blade and save us all. It's not happening, lads. You need to do it yourself. Evening, all. Lads, this is really mental. Can you, am I breaking up there, or am I doing whatever? Blessing says, no, how are you doing? Okay. In all my 53 years, I've never seen so much crime. It's off the scale. Yes. But crime and foreigners, it doesn't equate. They tell you this. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, lads. Look at the courts. The courts don't lie. I'm going to stop sharing this. See, will this help out? No. 4x5. I usually get 5x5, but Galloway, no problem. You're fine. Okay, that's grand. If I'm good, that's grand then. Yeah, okay. I agree. Civil war will happen. It has to. It's the only way. This government, we're not voting our way out of this, people. We're not voting our way out of this. I'm telling you now. I stood in 3 elections now, or 2 elections now, and it's rigged. I'm telling you now. They knew well none of us were getting in. Okay, none of us were getting in. Only 2 people got their money back as well from the last general election. Okay, none of us did. None of us got it back for the locals either. Like, a lot of money was spent on that, you know. Galloway, yeah, okay. I seem to be all good then. All right then, fair enough. I'll keep going. It's just I'm freezing in front of myself here. I can see myself freezing. Billy the Kid, they are delusional. Reason we are white and they are black. Yeah. Wayne Basfinger. Yeah, the voting is fixed. It is, mate. I know it is. Sure, listen, I've had I've had videos sent into us about the voting fixing and how they scribbled out names and put it. Listen, it's there's a bit of lag, Paul, but you're still being heard, mate. Okay, thank you very much. Cheers for that. So yeah, we'll move on from the woman there being stabbed, but like, that is Sickening. You can't even go to mass anymore, and this is happening, you know? Oh, God. It's disgusting. Someone's just sent me in a video here. Antifa left-wing Palestine supporter snatched my phone. Okay, it's not playing the video, by the way, on Facebook. Yeah, yeah, not playing the video. Okay. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I have excuse me. I'm gonna give the update. Let Phil give the update there on Skerries. Okay, it's only 3.5 minutes. He just gives the update on Skerries, and he'll tell you exactly what happened in Skerries.
Good afternoon, folks. Philip Dwyer here, citizen journalist. I'm out here, as you can see, in the lovely, sleepy seaside resort of Skerries in North County, Dublin. And as you can see behind me there, we have the fishing pier where it was all over social media last weekend. We had a horrific incident which emanated from a public order incident that occurred initially over there on that pier where the fishing boats are tied up, where we've received information from local people, really, two different sources with the same version of events, let's call it, where it initially a group of African men in their cars came over to the pier and they were blocking a car in, and they were asked to move the car, and from that a row ensued. And you can see in the thing, this is the local people's version of events, so you know, two different sources, you'll have to kind of take it as, you know, fairly reliable. We have other people explaining to us as well here that approximately 60 young African men got off the train here on Sunday as well. So we had this group of men. There was a horrible incident. So right where I'm standing here now, a horrible incident happened where a car ran over 3 people, and I believe 3 people are in a hospital right now. Now, funnily enough, a man was arrested for that offence, and he has been before the courts. Now, we talk about mainstream media here, guys, the way they portray what's going on in this country, where this man, the media have gone to no end to try to get his image on camera. The name and address is up on mainstream media. There has been no African, as far as I know, from today anyway, being arrested for any offence, public order offence, public fighting, public or whatever. It's just one man has been arrested, and there's lots of footage online of African lads involved in fighting on the street, on this peaceful seaside resort here in Skerries last Sunday. So, give you another example of how the media portray these things. They want to downplay African or migrant crime, let's call it, but when an Irish man gets involved in an incident, they will put this out there front and centre to as many people as possible. You can spot the difference. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see the difference on this, folks. Crime in this country has gone off the charts. I also seen earlier on, up here at the beginning of the walkway there onto the pier, a superintendent, female Garda superintendent, and a Garda sergeant up there to tell now, 3 days later, to tell the people, local people, Skerries, everything's all right, we're making sure you're safe. Too little too late, folks. Crime has gone out of control in this country, especially migrant crime, guys. You only have to go in and look at the courts and you will see that the disproportionate amount of non-Irish people being brought before the criminal courts. And as you can see with the drone footage, how beautiful an area this is. Beautiful sleepy village. Not accustomed to this kind of behaviour at all. So thanks for listening, folks.
There you go. Good update from Phil there. We've all seen the videos. Have you all seen? I have the videos there if you want to see them, but I think we've all seen the videos. Like, it's horrendous. The guy who was arrested, I think his name was Sean McGloon or something like that. Definitely Irish. Definitely an Irish name. Maybe he's one of these black lads with an Irish name, but apparently there's been no black lads arrested for this. You know, so. Like, these are the lads from Balbriggan and all around that area. Balbriggan, Rush, Lusk. Like, they're causing mayhem out there. Mayhem. And they're getting the old Oh, the poor black lads. You know what I mean? Oh, they're being racist towards us, and they're being this, that, and the other. Listen, if you act the bollocks, you get done. That's just the way it is. End of story. The government need to get back and sort this shit out. I'm being honest with you, because I've had it up to here with. I'm being honest, and everybody has had it up to here with. Women are not safe anywhere, let alone what's going on in Skerries, but women are not safe to walk this country. I saw a video there from Niall McConnell earlier. I'll see if I can pull her up, of a girl in Letterkenny has only came home from, she hasn't been away working or whatever. She comes home every couple of years, and she said it's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So get them out. Get them out. Yeah, you're right, Wayne. Get them out. Chap driving the car is from Drogheda. The chap driving the car is from Drogheda. Was that the guy that was arrested, was it? Black lads getting arrested doesn't suit their narrative. Exactly. Now you have it, Wayne. It doesn't. But they are fleeing persecution. These are not fleeing persecution. These are anchor babies. That's what these are. I've said this a while ago. There was people posting videos up about refugees. Oh, look at these refugees wrecking the place here in Tala or whatever, or City West or whatever like that. They're not. They are young fellas that were born here from Nigerian parents or whatever else. And I'm going to be honest with you, lads. This will end up the way it ended up in the UK, with the Yardies taking over these apartment blocks, 30-story high flat complexes. And they're running their drugs out of there. They were the Yardies from Jamaica. The whole lot the police wouldn't go in. This is what it's getting like here. The police won't go into Balbriggan. The police won't go in. Sure, how long did it take them to get the Skerries the other night? You know what I mean? You phone a squad car now. Did you see the two coppers that got robbed the other night by a migrant? And they hadn't even got a squad car to go and collect them. The child's had to get a taxi. Come on. What chance have we got if we ring the police? You know what I mean? If they can't even look after their own two, you know? It's disgusting. Paul, if you're freezing, try putting a jumper on. I'm not freezing. It's just, yeah, okay, yeah. Dark days ahead. The dark days are here, lads. The government, I want to see the videos where the government wanted, so we don't see the videos. We won't know, but word by mouth if we're lucky. Yeah, well, listen, the videos are there. I'll show you the video now. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Big screen. Okay, I'm going to share this with you now. I'm just going to show you the videos. This is from the other night. Oh, the sound on. Yeah. Yeah! 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 Hey! He's going to turn the kid. Boys, back him up! Back him! Back him! Oh shit! Such up! Yeah! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is going? Venice! What the fuck, boys? What the fuck? Guys, get! Yeah! Wow. That guy that was there calling Pennis. Do you remember the murder over in it was about 2 years ago? Do you remember they bashed the white kid? They kicked him to bit. I think it was down around there as well. It was the same fella that was there talking, that was there at that. These are all influencers. Go on to any of the TikToks. They've thousands of followers, all black kids following them, all think they're all gangsters. That's what's happening here, lads. And as I said, that's what's going to happen here in, hang on, have we any more videos there? Bear with me. I actually have a video of a man. Okay, this is from the other night. Okay, this man is speaking. He came in out of the pub. He was on a pub crawl. So let's have a listen to what this man has to say.
At the moment, and what's happened is absolutely devastating. down at the harbour. We were on a bit of a pub crawl with friends, and this is so sad. All you hear is sirens, and all you hear is emergency services going down there. All I can say is God bless everybody, and hopefully everybody's safe. I don't know. I've seen some video footage. It's fucking terrible. Oh God. You can hear the sirens in the background. Terrible.
There you go. So that's a man from the area talking. Paul, our lovely island has done nothing on RTA. Has done. Paul, our lovely island has done nothing on RTA about those spear chuckers attacking people in County Cavan. I think we should all immigrate to Poland or somewhere. Let the Liberals have their multicultural. Yeah. Move to Poland. That's a few people have said to move to Poland now. I'm being honest with you. I'm sick of all the diversity and bullcrap. Yeah. Okay. Where's the diversity in Nigeria? Where's the diversity in the Congo? Where's the diversity in Pakistan? Where's the diversity in India? All of these places that these people are coming from has no diversity. So why do they want to come in here and ruin our little utopia? You see, the problem is we're an independent country here. We can grow our own food. We can make our own clothes. We can be self-sufficient. They don't want that. That's why this crowd has sold us out to the European Union or to the EU. And that's exactly what's happening here, lads. Yeah, sick of the diversity. Good evening, Paul. Great to have you back. Thanks very much. I was just very busy with the kids and what have you. And we got a bit of news. And listen, I'll talk to you again about the bit of news. These African guys are hanging around with young Irish lads. And when they get their feet in, they will turn on the young Irish lads. That's exactly what happens, lads. That's what's happening with the Muslims as well. Evening, welcome back, Paul. Cheers. Thanks very much. Angie, how are you? Everyone needs to sign up to the Save Europe Act. I think I did. Yeah, I done that a few weeks ago. Did you send that in here? I think you did. And I signed up. Paul, this government should be arrested and media. Yes, they should. We know that. But that's why we're here. We have to try and, the irony, Poland started this mess by going to war against Germany in World War II. Very short selective memories, haven't they? Yeah. I know three people now that are here about, Jesus, I know that they were living in my estate over in Clonee and Polish, and they've all moved back to Poland. It's not safe here anymore for their kids. It's great that they can move back to Poland. You know what I mean? That's their home. This is our home. This is the only home we have. We can't go elsewhere. We can't go to America and make that our home because that's not our home. We are Irish people. We want to be here. This is our country. We don't need all this diversity. We will destroy them. We will destroy them in the end. Well, I hope so. I hope we do it before my kids have to fight. Danzig, Corridor, ring any bells. Danzig, Corridor, ring any bells. No, steady. All listening to rap. That's it. All listening to it. Yeah, pure shite. Or exit. I agree with you, Vincent. I really do. We need to get out of Europe. We need to be gone. He warned it would get worse, and it has. And now I'm saying it's going to get even worse, a lot worse. Yeah, I agree, man. We spoke about this, as I said, on the show probably 2 years ago about how bad it will have to get before it gets any better. And lads, it's just getting worse. And nobody's stepping up here. There's nobody stepping up. None of your parties or none of your far right lads. There's none of them stepping up here to do anything. They're all sitting back and taking money. That's all they're doing. There's none of them actually doing anything. Oh, hold on. We'll set up a protest group. We'll set up a protest this and protests are gone, lads. Look at the last protest in town. There wasn't even 1,000 people at it. That should tell you protests are gone. End of story. Direct action. That's what we need. We're going to be calling something in the next couple of weeks. There's going to be a few of us and we're going to sit down, get together and shut this shit down. It has to be shut down. I'm sorry, lads. That's the only way this shit stops. I just sent you something funny, Paul. Check your messages. I'll check now. Miga, make Ireland great again. Yeah, I have my hats there. I have my Ireland hat. India does not accept dual citizenship. And if we did the same, most of them wouldn't be staying here. Yes, if we stopped, destroy them in the end. Fuck's sake, by the time we rise, we'll be outnumbered. I agree, Paul. Yeah, I do agree. Because once these Muslims gain a foothold here, I don't care. Listen, I know a couple of Muslim guys. I do. And they're sound enough. They're grand. They're all right guys. But they're not supposed to be here. I'm sorry. End of story. What happens is you get the good Muslims. Okay, you have a couple of good, you have say thousands of good Muslims there, and then you have a couple of hundred radicals. The thousands of good Muslims will be afraid of the radicals, and they will join the radicals, and they will do what they have to do here. Once they gain a foothold here in the councils, in as TDs, how many of them are going? Look at this Umar Al Qadri. This fella's got chomping at the bit to get in there, and he's the darling of RTE. He's the darling of Virgin Media. So he will get in the next time as a councillor. He gets in as a councillor, then call to prayer will be the first thing that will be done up at the mosque in Blanchardstown. I'm telling you now. And I see they have stopped it today. They stopped the call of prayer in one of the. Paul, is there any word of the lady that was stabbed in Tremor yesterday? There's no word on the lady. No, I haven't heard anything about the woman. Christine. Dublin emboldened. Yeah. Rich Foreign, good to see you back, Paul. Do you know who's calling this blockade protest on the 14th of September? It's a sleep out. By the looks of it, it's probably John Malloy again. What is the point in sleeping out anywhere? What's the point in letting the Gardaí know what you're going to do? If you're going to do this, you just strike. Get up, strike. That's it. Everything is stopped. The guards, where's your protest going? I'm not telling you. What are you going to do here, Mr. Fitzsimons? I'm not telling you. Tell them nothing. And if you do it in 3 or 4 different counties at the same time, they will be overwhelmed. And they won't be able to pepper spray every one of us if we get thousands and thousands out. But we need to do this, lads. We need to stop the whole country. I'm sorry. This is the only way this happens. So any of the lads in the little protest groups or anything like that, get in contact and we'll do direct action and we'll shut this shit show down. That's the only way this stops. True warriors will never come from the ranks of those whose existence is dependent on preservation of the current conditions. Well, I don't want the current conditions. No. I want a complete overhaul of all of this shit. I want the people who killed people in nursing homes during COVID. I want them held to task. I want them locked up. I want them hung. I don't care. These people knew what they were doing. End of story. And this is what has to happen. So, as I said, none of us are going to get the power, guys. None of us. So it's going to have to come down to civil war. That's what I think it's going to be. And I'm not going to say I'm sorry again for saying that, but this is what's going to happen, guys. It has to happen because they're not listening. Ireland is now the arsehole of Europe and country is a kip. I agree with you, Daniel. Yeah. The Poles probably would have sat down with the Germans, but London was in constant communication with Warsaw, telling them no. London done exactly the same with the Ukraine. Boris Johnson was the man who scuppered the deal there with the Americans and the Ukrainians. This was years ago, before when he was in power. He wouldn't accept what Russia was offering. Paul, just want to say sorry for being a prick one of the nights. Booker T was just pure angry and still am. No problem, mate. That's cool. That's no problem. Sign me up. I'm gonna be honest, lads. We need to really sit down and think about this because, like, I spoke in 2020. Was I with the IFP? I was 2022. I spoke at Ballymun at a night pass centre, outside a night pass centre. I think Justin Barrett spoke the same night as well. But I said it. What I said that night was, we are Sweden 5 years ago. That's exactly the words I said. I think it's still up there somewhere. But I said, we are Sweden 5 years ago. And unless we stop this, we will end up like Sweden, the rape capital of the world. And here we are 4 years later, lads and ladies. And look behind me there. Look at that town. That's a beautiful city. That's a beautiful town. Not anymore. Not anymore. You walk up there behind me there on my left there, wherever, you have the corporation buildings and everything else. The amount of homeless people living around there, you don't see them because they're tucked away. You know what I mean? And and then you have the foreigners. The foreigners won't live there. The foreigners need to go to D4, up to Morehampton Road and up to all around there, Fitzwilliam Square. They won't live in the city centre. They need to go to the affluent areas. We need to adopt a different approach. Yes, we do. Nothing but love. Good to see you back. Cheers, brother. No problem. Paul, boy, never take these Easter Rising scam. Never take these Easter Rising scam they do outside the GPO seriously anymore. It means nothing. Oh, great God. Oh, great God. Rid of the Brits only to be invaded now. Well, this is the Shinners, isn't it? The Shinners want Brits out, everyone else in. Now, I've been talking to a few ex-Sinn Féin people during the week, and yeah, they're coming on board. Well, they're on board. But when I say on board, there's not really much to be on board now at the moment, but we will be sorting out other stuff now in the coming weeks with Sinn and Adina and everything else. So, yeah, watch this space. Just look at England. England is a shithole. Shithole. 3,600 million, 3.6 billion spent on iPass. Yeah. Remember pushers out in the 80s. Yeah, local people controlled their communities and looked after their own. Gardaí are outnumbered now. They are outnumbered now. But they will turn on us. They'll pepper spray us. But there's a video there of a guy getting stopped by a guard, a detective. And he's giving the copper dogs abuse and telling him, why you stopped me? My name is on my license. If that was me or you, we would be dragged out of there by the ears and brought to the police station. Different laws here. Different two-tiered justice here in this country now. Yeah. Booker T. Oh, I better send this on. Sorry, copy. Sorry, I'm just sending this on to someone now to come on. Now, what time are we? Jeez, we're half an hour in. Lovely. Lads are up to nearly 500 there. Fair play to everyone. Thanks very much. Now I need. I want to put this up as well. Graham Carey is in court in the morning. Let me just send that to me, mate. Yeah, where are we? Okay, yeah. Graham Carey is up in the morning at 10:30, guys. Okay. Just we're going slow again. Yeah. I'm going to share this. Yeah, my good mate there with Graham. So I'll share this here now. So just so as you all know, if you're around tomorrow, guys, please, there you go there. There's the man himself and the man himself. Please come and show your support for the true Irishman tomorrow at the Criminal Court of Justice at 10:30 a.m. I hope and pray that Graham Carey gets the turnout that he so thoroughly deserves in the morning. He stood up for his family, community, and his beloved country when it actually mattered. He did. Time to stand for him. So, lads and ladies, if any of you can get in to the CCJ in the morning for 10:30, if you're just passing, just drop in. I was there the last time, and it really made a big difference. The judge took notice. I'm being honest with you. Every other day, he was left sitting, you know what I mean, till the end and everything else. That day, because there was so many of us in the court, they wanted us out of the court, and they dealt with him straight away, remanded it for 2 weeks, and then I think they remanded it again for another week. That's why, because I could have went in last Friday. I just can't go in tomorrow. But so, yeah, please, if you can get in there and help Graham out tomorrow, just to show him a bit of support, please do. 100%, Paul. Spot on. Take the cunt out. Yeah. It's the Mexican constitution that they should remain that at least 85% Mexican. They can deport anyone at any time for any reason. Plus, foreigners can't run for political office, which is right. You shouldn't be able to run for political office in this country unless you're Irish. That's it. End of story. Drew Cook, radical Muslims are the snake. Good Muslims are the good Muslims are the grass they hide in. Exactly, Drew. Exactly. Yeah. See, yesterday that cat is doing a sit down with the so-called doctor. Okay. We'll be sitting down anywhere with the so-called doctor. No. We went to do it 2 years ago, me and Gavin Pepper, and we're lucky we didn't, because we're just lucky we didn't, because he would have turned it on us to say that we were harassing him and everything. I don't like him. I hate the man. I think those mats on the church gates are the beginning of something. Are Irish Freedom Party gone now? If so, are the members going to move? I don't know. That's the truthful answer. I haven't got a clue. I think they had until last, was it Friday, I think, to appeal or whatever. I don't know. And I don't know whether they have. So I don't know. It was, they said they were going to. I heard Herman was going to appeal. So maybe he did. I don't know. As I said, I don't know very much about it. Absolutely, Paul. Yeah. Cheers. White people are 6% of. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Paul. As I maintained, and even being heckled for saying. Dan, 8%. Is it 8%? Yeah. I'm so sick of people saying, well, it's not all of them. Some are sound. Everyone knows that, for fuck's sake. That's irrelevant. That's not the point. Yeah. Dublin MP3. First things first, the invasion is number one priority. Yeah. How are we going to stop it, guys? Live like soldier or die like a slave. Yeah, well, I won't be dying on my knees, mate. Didn't Bertie say, and the second generation we have to worry about? How right he was, even though he had the backtrack. We all knew before he even said it. We did, yeah. Yeah, sound bugger. Yeah, an old hand here. Yeah. Okay, that's fair play. We're up to 600 there now. Paul, boys, did you hear him? Where were you on about the bonfires up north? Oh, El Calf. And he putting on a Northern Ireland accent while he's trying to do it. Did you hear the shite talk out of him? Where were you when they were burning your tricolours up the north? I was sitting down here, the same places I have been for the last bleeding 57 years, when they've been doing it for the last 57 years. I can't go up there to stop them burning tricolours. But there they put a mosque on the top of it, and we'll arrest everyone. There you go. You can burn tricolours all you want, but there you... And effigies of Leo Varadkar and everyone else were burned last year, the year before. Do you remember that? But somebody put a mosque up there. Oh, you Islamophobe. Okay. Nobody's an Islamophobe. Okay. Anyone who's committing crimes here in this country is Muslim at this moment in time. Okay. End of story. Max Boy, what's this? Paul, as an ex-RAM member, we will be there to support our people. There is many Republicans sick and tired of Sinn Féin woke agenda. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And I have, as I said, I've been speaking to three of them this week. We'll train our people to fight, and we still have our army. I hope so. And I hope we can all come together here and help each other out on this one. You know? We need our own men training our own men, our own young men. Okay? We're already trying to do this with Shin and Adina. We have a training camp. We have a guy that comes in, and listen, it's nothing. This is not SAS style, you know what I mean? But the guy teaches you self-defense, women, men, or whatever, young fellas, young ones. This guy comes in and he does it. We take the names down. You get about 10, 15 people. He comes out. You do it for a couple of days with him, and you know how to throw a few shapes after it. That's what we need. Like, all kids nowadays should be able to, for self-defense. I think all kids should be doing karate or something. If you look at every foreign kid, you look at every Polish kid around your area, and Pakistani kids as well, all do karate. I do see them coming out. The squeak of this bleeding. But they all do karate. So they're making sure that kids are well looked after. Thanks very much for that. Madzi, Exy, whatever. Yeah, nice one. Poland fired 4 shots, and the atrocities will come in. Land grab of Europe. Yeah. I'm friends with plenty of travellers. Doesn't mean I want them moving next to me. Everybody knows it's not all of them. I'm so tired of people saying that. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sick of people saying it as well. You know what I mean? But like it isn't all of them. I'm sorry, it's not. You know what I mean? I mean travelers. I'm not talking Muslims, like, you know what I mean? But travelers, there is. Listen, I know a few good travelers. You know what I mean? A few nice fellas, like, you know what I mean? Salt of the earth. Thanks for that. Yeah, Paul, who is running the Dublin Says No Facebook page, is calling the blockade sleep out protest on the 14th of September. Nobody knows who is running the page. Yes, I know who runs the page. You know who runs the page. You all know who runs the page. You do. People don't even know their own true history or enemy yet. The EU run this country. Of course they do. Of course they do. Galloway, I wouldn't invite any shinners, wolves in sheep's clothing, Paul. Listen. Okay, somebody just sent me this. Yeah, no problem. I just got a message sent in to me there. You never sent that to me. There's no link in it. So if you send me the link, yeah, I'll gladly play it. That's no problem. Just sorry, I wouldn't invite any shinners, wolves in sheep's clothing, Paul. I'm going to be honest with you, Galloway. I've been talking to 3 of them, as I said, this week, and they would have been 3 staunch shinners. Not anymore. Not anymore. So for fuck's sake, my brother doesn't talk to me anymore because I call out the shinners, because he likes the shinners. He's a bit of a shinner, you know. Doesn't talk to me anymore, and it's terrible. You know what I mean? But what can I do? You know what I mean? They are scumbags. They are rats. They are traitors. They've sold out the Irish people for Sharia, and Sharia law will be in this country in the next 15 years. I'm telling you now. So yeah, if these people want to help us, please, we need all the help we can get. We'll soon find out if they're not who they say they are, you know. Nations under occupation, yeah. Nail every single time, yeah. Elements in London wanted that war. Their war objective was not Poland, it was to destroy Germany, yeah. Good evening, Paolo, and everyone. I hope you all keep well. God bless all here. The only thing getting us out of this is direct action and the grace and guidance of God. Well said, Ferg. Well said, mate. I sent you on that there. So just let me, I'm going to just pull down this video. Save as GC. I actually had this. Thanks for it. Okay, thank you for that, Sam. But I had this. Yeah. I gotta show it anyway. It's funny. It's really funny. There he is there, look. The only gay in the mosque. I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's downloaded now. Let me just add it in here. Foil, where are you? GC. Yeah, I'll play that now in a couple of minutes, just when it finishes downloading. Okay. Let me go through a few more comments there. Seeing that he said he would punish him when the guard left. Yeah. Yeah, for direct action, getting exemption, not even paying insurance. The shinners would almost wear an orange sash up here if it meant another vote. Yeah. Ferg, well done, yeah. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Evening, Fergus. Hope you're good. Blessed be, brother. Plastic bullets are for us, not the jihadists yet. Christine Walsh, Paul, I seen that clip about the man getting stopped in the car. I thought it was very interesting when the guard asked him for his insurance, or has he an exemption? Yeah. They all have exemptions. So look at the Ukrainians driving around with the top of the range cars. Not a screen in the window. Now, if I haven't got tax in the window, even though my car is taxed, I'm done. You get a fine for that. And if you have no insurance, even though you're insured, you get fined for not displaying it. But these people don't. These people get a free pass. Yeah, we need to shut the country down, but too many people seem not to care. I agree, civil war seems the only way. Marek, yes, too many people seem to not care. And who would them people be? Look around you. Look at them. All the little parties, all the little micro cults. None of them want to do anything. They all just want to get the cash. That's all they want. 30 pieces of silver, sell their souls to the devil. I'm telling you now, I've worked with a lot of these people and I will never work with them again. I'm telling you, okay? Like, sub, share. Fair play to everyone. Up to 600 there now. I'm just going to put up that. Just going to show you that. Watch us live on X at FitzyDub, at Anthony L. Casey, at Rugermorph27 on YouTube, at Irish Column, and at Gale Force Media. You'll also get it on my Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons, and Gale Force Media on the web, which is www.galeforcemedia.com. I want to put up the copy. Yeah, I don't know. Yes. Boom, boom, boom. 600 there, people. Fair play. Keep sharing it out there. Keep sharing it out everywhere. I'm seeing you share it out there, Ferg. Thanks very much, mate. Bada bing, bada boom. Where are we? Yeah, boom. We reached 600 there. Thanks very much to everyone. Keep sharing it. Like, share, subscribe. And I'm going to just throw that link for the coffee into the, what you call it? We haven't been on for a few weeks, so I'm dying for coffee. What's the story anyways? I haven't seen the show live on YouTube or weeks or anywhere else for that matter, unless I've been missing it. You haven't been missing it. I think I done this not last week, the week before. And that was it, because I'm going to be honest with you. I had the kids. I was away with them and, just spending loads of time with them. It's just great. Like, you know what I mean? And summer holidays are here. Somebody asked earlier on there as well about Orla. Orla has to, I'll be honest with you, I don't know when Orla will be back. She said she would come back. I don't know, after the summer maybe or whatever, but she's very busy with her daughter and she's very busy with what she's doing, like doing the businesses and everything else. So fair play to her, more power to her, you know what I mean? I hope she does well. And when I say I hope she does well, like, she doesn't get paid for any of this, like, you know what I mean? Orla does all this off her own back, you know what I mean? So she will be rewarded in heaven, as they say. Yeah. Every girl I grew up with from a Sinn Féin house is an absolute basket case. Yeah, I know a few of them as well. Paul, what's wrong with us, for fuck's sake? Is it the jab that has fucked everyone's head? Well, it's funny you say that, because I was watching a doctor on a live stream here the other night. It was too long. It was not about 4 hours. But I stuck it on. I had it on in my ear while I was going to sleep. And he was talking about it, yeah, that it has messed with people's cognitive dissonance, yeah, that people can't think straight anymore. People think are stuck in this rut, like, you know what I mean? They think the government, they think everything is right, what they're doing, and the vaccines were right, and like typical lefties. And if you look at it, it was mostly lefties that took, because I'm going to be honest with you, anyone that I know in this movement, okay, in the nationalist movement, didn't get vaccinated. So they were going around, like the government was saying that, we only have to vaccinate something like there's only 5% of the population not vaccinated. That was the greatest lie they ever told to you, because I'd say if there's 50% vaccinated, I wouldn't even say there's any more than that. Because as I said, now I know lots of people who are vaccinated, but I know a hell of a lot more people who are not vaccinated and who will never get vaccinated. So, yeah, the jab, it was definitely the jab. And what he also said was that people were getting, people who were unvaccinated were also showing signs of infertility and infertility and what else was it? James, it was something else. I forget what it was, but infertility was the main thing. Like, nobody, like, how many women, like, I think it's something like 78% of women who are vaccinated had miscarriages. This has been proven in a study in the Lancet, but they didn't publish it. They don't publish these. Why don't they publish these? Because it tells the truth. That's why. So 78% of women who got vaccinated had miscarriages. And I think back something that happened to somebody I know years ago, and the person took the flu vaccine while pregnant, and the child had a deformity. And I reckon, listen, I'm not saying, well, I am saying, I reckon that's what caused it. You should not be taking vaccines, especially when you're pregnant. Especially. Like, they tell you not to eat shellfish, but it's okay to get vaccinated with mercury and aluminium and formaldehyde. Make that make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Fiona, law only applies to us. Yes. They have spread as far as Minute. It's getting bad here. They are everywhere, begging and robbing. Yeah, robbing more so. I was talking to someone from Selbridge the other day, and same in Selbridge. The damage was done before the jab. Oh, well, Pat Farrell, what? I think you might be right. Kale Force Media, thanks for stopping by. Keep the real news alive and share. Thanks for that. I'd say that's the Gale Force Media channel there. Maybe we should have put out an advertisement to say we were on tonight. But hey, Paul, just my mic just went off. Any updates on what happened in Galway? I've heard no more, but I heard there's a protest on the 2nd because of all of this, because of what's going on here, and because of Helen Ogbu and our lawyers and everything else. They want an independent. I think Dora McMahon has called this. I think I heard something last night, and I think Doran has called it for the 2nd of. I think it's the 2nd of August. Let me just check. There. The 2nd of August is a Sunday. I think they said the 2nd. I'll have to get back to you on that one, but that'll be next week or the week after. We've another week. Yeah, we've another week. I'll tell you next week. But I'm sure it's the 2nd. Yeah, it's about Helen Ogbu and about the women can't walk the streets and everything else. And they're rightly so. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. Just looking at my message there. But I think we should all start doing that. You know what I mean? Why not have a big one in here in Dublin? Big protest here in Dublin. Big one in Galway. Big one in Cork. Like, there's not only one man in Cork that can call a protest. There's not only one man in Dublin that can call a protest. There's not only one man in Galway that can call a protest. There's loads of people here that can call a protest. And we'll get a hell of a lot of people out to a protest. But protests are not working, lads. Direct action is the only way. Shut this country down. On that note, I'm going to play this video of... Great. Okay, I'm going to play this.
95 came promotion, high up on the wing, and no one up to senior. What a beautiful thing in the darkest of hours, in the depths of despair. Let the killer boys roar for to rattle the air. They'd go raring and tearing and fighting for love, for the land they call Killa, and the Lord up above. Killa la 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 la. For the green and the white I adore, for the parish to last evermore.
Are you going to make your children proud? Are you going to make your children proud? Are you going to make your children proud? Are you with us or are you against us? And God love you if you are against us.
For the green and the white I adore, for the parish to last evermore. When my time's at an ending, when my days are no more, bury me with my Hurley by the river de Soar.
Well, guys, if you can be in there, please get in there in the morning for 10:30. Get in there for 10 o'clock. and get your picture taken by the guy from the Irish Press or whoever else. He's slapping away at me the last day. I was actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have one of them green, white, and orange. It's like a morph hat, it goes over your face. You can see out it all right, but it's like a balaclava with no eyes, or with the whole lot in it. I was gonna wear that just for a laugh, just to go up, like, you know what I mean? And I thought about it then. Now, if you go in inconspicuous, well, then you don't bother you, like, you know what I mean? You go in holding all that, doing all that, you do start taking pictures. But they're not allowed to take a picture unless you're convicted or something else happens. Paul just became more obvious, yeah. Good evening, Paul. I sent you a WhatsApp. Okay, let me just have a look. Oh, that's the one. I got it. Yeah, lads, it's very hard for me to keep up with the what you call it, the comments. Jeez, I'm flying with the comments tonight, lads. Pat, that day is getting closer. Yeah. Jerome Reedy, hello, buddy. How are you? Let's put on our shit kickers and kick some shit. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Mate. Yeah. Ireland's biggest problem is themselves. Always infighting and turncoats. It's always been the way, hasn't it? But when you find someone you can trust and someone you'll work with, that's what you do. You don't work with people that you don't trust and that aren't in it for the country. So that's why I'm not working with people like that. I have my crew and we will do what we have to do. The others just step out of our way and leave us alone. Instead of annoying us and trying to call us hurty words and stupid bullshit like that, doesn't work anymore with us. Like, you know what I mean? Use people are nobodies now. Okay. That's exactly the way it is. And anyone, I'm going to be honest with you, anyone in this chat, you know who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So let them set up their little protest groups and their shy talking and, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. You're going to do nothing. I'll be there for Graham tomorrow. Fair play to you, Kat. Fair play to you. Good girl. Anyone else, lads, if you can all go in, and listen, I'm not saying all of you, but like there was about 15 there the last day, and I'm not messing, it really made a big difference. It really did. And I can't go in tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go in tomorrow. I was talking to Ferg about it, and he'll tell Graham I won't be able to get in. But as I said, I'll put anything out I can for him here. I will help him out in any way I can. Yes, it's not at their door. They don't want to know. That's the problem, lads. But it is coming to their door. It's coming to their door. All the doors are getting moved and moved and moved. Isn't there something out in Balls Bridge now at the minute? They're moving mattresses and everything else into one of the buildings out there. There's a bit of controversy over it. Divide and conquer. Yep. Frankie is always contentious. Yes. Blessing. I'll be at the CCJ tomorrow. Fair play. Thank you very much. A tyranny can only be fought when some men come to trust each other. Well, I trust who I'm with, and I'm only working with those people. What happened, Frankie? Hope you're good. Gallowell, very true. Eddie, okay. 2nd of August will be mayhem in Galway. The races will be on, and it's a bank holiday weekend too. It will get dismantled, unfortunately. Calling a protest isn't going to work. The people need to meet up and actually walk around in groups. Yeah, there has been more of a guarded presence in the west side in the past 2 weeks. Is that because of foreign males taking pictures of kids at football training and refuse to move? I highly doubt it, since it's weeks after, and the fact, but yet there are more and more tents. Is there tents up down there in Galway? Are you getting the tents as well? Wow. Listen, Shin Nadina is there, guys. Join Shin Nadina and get out. And you don't even need to join Shin Nadina. You just need to get out and do it yourself. If you need a help from us, if you need us to help you with anything or show you what to do or help you in any way, contact Shin Nadina. You'll get us on the website, shinnandadina.ie, and we will help you out. We will let you know. We will give you our expertise. But you need to help yourself. You need to get these patrols in your own communities. You know, like we can all join different groups and join this and join that. If you're not willing to go out and do it and put the boots on the ground, there's no point in joining anything, guys. Thanks very much, Jerome. Fair play to you, mate. Yeah. I'm going to say good night, you beautiful people. Been a long day here. Yeah, Galloway, take it easy, man. I'll talk to you. They are moving mattresses at the old Saks Hotel and at the Hampton now in Donnybrook. Yeah, that's what they're doing, Drew. You're right. I've seen videos the other day about it. But all they'll do, listen, the solicitors obviously haven't worked or they knew nothing about it, but they know now. You know what I mean? So let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Get us up me tea. I forgot all about me tea. The old green screen, you know. Yeah, okay, let me just look here and see what I at now. Here. Have you seen this? Yeah, but yeah, a draft statement against HSE CEO Anne O'Connor under the Theft and Fraud Offences Act already made was sent to her in April. Quite remarkably, there has been no effect or response. The fraud is ongoing. She has been assured of immunity from prosecution. Has she been assured of immunity from prosecution? How can she be the CEO of the largest employer in the country? I'm just going to, let me just, I think I already have these downloaded somewhere. Yeah, bear with me. With your two, yeah, have it there. With your two, I don't know why I'm singing that song. I hate it. Seriously. Okay, this is a draft. I'm just going to read this out to you. This is a draft of a case against Anne O'Connor. Draft of statement of Thomas S. Hogan, blah, 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 retired medical doctor of whatever, in relation to complaints of offences under the Theft and Fraud Offences Act 2001 by Miss Anne O'Connor of HSE HQ, Dr. Stevens Hospital, Dublin 8. Miss O'Connor is the Chief Accounting Officer of the HSE and as such is legally responsible for ensuring correct management in all matters relating to money. I resigned from the HSE in early 2010 due to the failure to pay my full contracted remuneration. In March 2017, I was paid arrears of salary by the HSE on foot of awards by Employment Appeals Commissioners who had made an explicit determination that my legal correct salary was as per my contract. They then determined that I had been illegally underpaid prior to my retirement. The arrears element of the awards is agreed subsequently with the HSE represented salary, which had been illegally withheld in 2009, 2010 before my retirement, and which, okay, the arrears out. Let's skip to the chase here. Okay, Philip Lee, 2017, failed to come. Okay, but this is charges against your woman, and these have actually been filed. In respect of the recalculation of your pension, this is the stuff that they put out. Superannuation can only process a revised retirement benefit. So he must have been owed thousands. Like a year's salary, HSE executive, what would he be on? 100,000? In the case of the CEO, the correspondence was not to be brought to his attention. I received a bogus retirement notification from Mr. Ender Hoare. The HSE have breached statutory requirements in relation to the provision of proper documentation of the arrears of the payment periods to which they apply all the deductions made, including superannuation contributions. They have also breached statutory requirements to properly credit me with the relevant superannuation contributions in the pension scheme records. I have repeatedly brought these statutory breaches to the attention of successive HSE CEOs without response or effect. So this guy is doing this 16 years. 16 years he's looking for this, and he's done it again with this one. So I wonder how this will work out. What do you think yourselves? Did people actually see the chapel in Cork last? The chapel in Cork last day, people actually turned up for mass. No doubt will be turned into a mosque. I didn't see it. More and more, I realised why Ireland was occupied for so long. A lot of Irish were dragged into independence. A lot of them were very happy with was. Who's ringing me there? Gosh, obviously it's Kira. She does it every time in life. Paulie Boy, the ultimate sin, desecration. It's supposed to be heathen. Can we all campaign together to get rid of the vape stores? Yeah. Did you see that €2 million worth of bleeding Gear caught down there. As concerned owners and citizens, we have the perfect right. I don't want bongs and paraphernalia displayed in shop windows near our kids. Yeah, I think you're right. We should all like these all got these. These all got these the 60 grand for the 3 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was only talking to an electrician fella yesterday, and I was saying to him, I said, would you go out on your own if you got 60 grand? Jesus, yeah, he said 60 grand to get me out on my own. He said, get me an van and get me tools or get a few lads working for me. Of course, yeah. They don't give it to Irish people. You're the wrong skin colour, I told him. He just laughed. That's the problem. People just laugh. I realise more and more, yeah. 2 Pakistani brothers. Exactly. That's exactly who it was. 2 Pakistani brothers, yeah. And I think Orla, on the ball, as she always is, put in a complaint about that place. Last year, I think it was. Yeah. As far as I know, yeah, she did. So fair play to you, Orla. Martina, at least we always rebelled more than what the Scots did. Lol. The Scots rebelled. 60k would be nice. 60k would be lovely, wouldn't it? Get you a new van. You know, like, you get you a van and whatever you need to get, like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy was an electrician. What would you pay? 40 grand for a van, a few grand for tools, ladders, whatever you have to get. Get a few lads working with you. Yeah, you'd get the contracts. Like, there's loads of contracts out there. A string of vape shops and barbers. Yeah, exactly. And they're always empty. Always empty. Except the vape shops. The vape shops sell candies to the kids, and it's all aimed at the kids, you know. Edenderry Garda Station in County Offaly has been evacuated, and 2 Gardaí have been taken to the hospital after falling ill while dealing with items seized. And the search officer, oh, Jesus Christ. What could that be? Roisin or something like that. Is that what it's called? Roisin or whatever. Fair play to you, Angie. Thanks for that. This is only happening now. Yeah. Be all over the news now in the next 10 minutes. Watch. Yeah, 9 o'clock news. Oh, it's just gone bleeding. 10 o'clock. Thanks for that. Best 60k ever, James Cole. yeah, you're an Evertonian, yeah. Yeah. Fiona, why do so many even villages need so many vape shops? Yeah, they don't. But they get the grant for it. Okay, thanks for that, Angie. Cheers. Let me get out of there. Yeah, I'll do that now in a few minutes. Did you send it in to me, Angie? I'm not seeing it here. I'm not seeing it. No, I'm not seeing it, Angie. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this is another picture that was sent in to me. This is good too. Look at this. And this is what's happening, guys and ladies. This is what's happening. Is he driving home tonight in a taxi? His UK visa was refused, but his Ireland visa was stamped and approved. Why was his UK visa? Did he do something there, or did something happen? I'm going to be honest with you. Dimple Dempsey done a video here, and it was a compelling video she done a couple of about 2 years ago. I think that's when I seen her for what she really was. She done it brilliant. It was a 9-minute video, and it showed you from 2016 up to 2024 or 2025, whatever it was. 16 Pakistani taxi drivers had been done for rape. Girls falling asleep in the taxi and them raping them in the taxi. All over the news, not all over the news, but in the court system. She went through the courts and got all of these things. I didn't know this. Nobody knows this. You know what I mean? And then you have the videos. You see the videos of the guy. Do you remember the guy in England? And your man is pulled into the taxi. He said, "What are you doing, mate? It's Ramadan. What are you doing here?" You know what I mean? And he was trying to rape a woman in the back of the car. Yeah. So this shit is happening. You know what I mean? We don't know who these taxi drivers are. We don't know where they're from. Like, if you lose your passport, guys, like if I'm going away to walk somewhere, I'm going to bring my passport with me. You know what I mean? You have to. But if I rape someone here, or if I rob, I do something here, I get done for drugs or something here, I'm going to lose my passport, and I'm going to claim asylum. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You get a new name. What's your name? Umbingi Mungo. Off you go. The Irish are going to these barbers, even if there's an Irish barber in the same town. The Muslims are not going to be the Irish barber though. Are not going to the Irish barber though. Yeah, you're right, mate. You're dead right. Yeah, I don't. I go to an Irish fella all the time. And anyone, Derek Herbert is his name. He's in Kilbarrack, beside the old Foxhound. It's beside, what's it called now? The Black Banks. Great barber, an Irish man, and he looks after us. Like, Derek's been cutting my brother's hair. Derek cut my hair years ago, and then I used to let my sister cut it. And I'll be honest with you, it's just not the same cut when you have when you've been going to a barber. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's in, out, boom, 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 it's done. And he's brilliant, and he's a good guy. The only downfall, he's a mank, you know. He's a Manchester United supporter. So other than that, he's a lovely guy. Derek was in the Commitments. Do you remember? He was in a band. He was in Les Enfants as well. Lovely guy, lovely barber. So anyone around Kilbarrack, Donamead, or anywhere like that, head over to Derek and get your haircut. Tell him Paul Fitz sent you. Cheers. Muslims buying up the taxi. Yes, exactly. Indians and Muslims are buying them up. I know someone who was offered 30 grand for that play. 30 grand for that play. And he can keep working the play. The Pakistanis or the Indians will give you 30 grand. And when you die or when you finish up the taxi, you give it to them. You still drive it. It's their taxi book. And then when you die or you want to think, you hand it over to them. You sign it over to them. You know what I mean? That's how it works, yeah. Because them taxi plates, the 5 grand ones that you got years ago, yeah, you can't just, they die with you unless it's signed over to somebody. Billy the Kid, same as the car washes. Yeah. That picture is a kick in the teeth to a lot of people that have applied for taxi applications, me included, Richie. I've had friends whose application were unsuccessful because of petty road traffic offences. Christ, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I done the test was it last year? Yeah, last year I done the test. And Jesus, that just goes to yeah. I think I only have till whatever to redo it. Otherwise, I have to do the 2 modules again. I passed 1 module and failed the second one. But I got 79% I got. And yeah, you were supposed to get 80. And I got, second time I done it, I only got 70%. I think I got 3 questions wrong. I just thought, good luck to you. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There was guys there, black guys, Pakistani guys, African guys, and they were thick. They couldn't even speak English. But yet they passed. Yeah. They get a new identity. Yeah, they do. Billy the Kid. When I was growing up, it was a local teenage lads washing cars. Now it's yeah. Dublin. Before Paul sent you. Okay, what you send me there? Let me have a look. Okay, this is an update on the 2 guards. It's understood that the Gardaí have requested the assistance of the Defence Forces at the station on Wednesday evening. Sources confirmed that 2 Gardaí have been taken to the hospital after falling ill while dealing with items seized in a search operation and an explosive ordnance disposal. EOD team has been called in. The station remains closed, and the Garda statement said no further information is available at this time. Yeah. I want local people working in the chipper like it always was. Yeah, well, now I worked in the chipper, but I worked for the Italians. But I worked in the chipper. I worked in the Chinese with the Chinese, you know. I did. I've worked in a lot of kitchens. I've done deliveries. I've worked with them all. Paul boy, remember our barber when I was younger, cutting your hair while listening to the horse racing, on the radio, smoking damn fags. Those are the days, yeah. I was only talking to my young friend the other day about this, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was Harry I was talking to, yeah. And he was saying about how things have changed. That in the olden days, it's the olden days. Like, he's only 10. You know what I mean? So the olden days for him is 10 years ago. But he says to me, "What was it like, Dad?" And I said, "You were allowed to smoke in hospitals." He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah. Sure, I remember going up to visit Nanny when she was I swear to God, when they were having the kids years ago, and the women would be out smoking in the smoking area." And he said, "When did all that stop, Dad?" I said, "Well, like, I fell off Hote Head. I fell off a cliff in 1997, right? Landed on my head. Other than that, I'd have been dead. But I was in for a week, right? And what they used to do was, that was 1997. They used to wheel me from the ward. They'd bring me yokes with me the whole lot down to the smoking area and watch the telly. You'd sit watching the news and having a smoke. You'd be there all evening. You wouldn't leave there until whatever time you had to be pushed back up to the bed, But that was 1997. What's that? 40 years ago? 29 years ago? Yeah. Cam imaging. What you say about me being a monk, as you call it. Link was sent to your WhatsApp. Okay, did you send it to the show one, Angie? Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I have it now. From the journal, Angie. It's a fucking rag, that journal. All they do is write hit pieces about people. Right, let me just have it there. I have it there now. So let's see what the rag that is the journal has to say. Yeah. Eden Derry Garda State County office has been evacuated and 2 Gardaí have been taken to the hospital after falling ill while dealing. Yeah. Gardaí confirmed in a statement that the station remains closed due to operational reasons. It's understood the Gardaí have requested the assistance of the Defence Forces. Sources confirmed. Yeah. That's what I just read out a minute ago. Yeah, fair play. The journal is not going to give you any more. They're scum. Scum there. So, yeah. Thanks very much for that. Remember, yeah, hang on there. Christine, Paul, is there a phone shop? Paul, there is a phone shop in my town. It looks to have stock on all the shelves, and in windows there are grills, but the shop is never open. Has to be a money laundering operation. Yes. Like Liam spoke about this last year. We done a show about this, about the laundering, what's going on, and the phone shops. Of course, it's money laundering. Of course, it is. And there's the vape shop. There's the 2 Pakistani brothers doing 2 million worth of cocaine, I think it was, or whatever it was. Shidadina broke the story a couple of months ago there about the drug ring and the prostitution ring in Clonmel, between Clonmel and Dublin. The guards know about this. They have been told about this. They know. And then you have people saying, well, didn't the girl go and come forward? The girl went forward and spoke to the guards, and the guards never did anything about it. That's why the girl came to us. Show WhatsApp, bud. What do you mean? The lesson of the screw. To build something solid and stable. Yeah. Was that you, Mark, said that? No, it was Angie, was it? The lesson of the screw. Yeah. Yeah. The lesson of the screw. To build something solid and stable, turn it to the right. To dismantle something, turn to the left. So, yeah. Like, sub, share, guys. Yeah, fair play to everyone. Follow Denmark, yeah. Yeah. And which one are you talking about? Okay. Paul, did you hear about the 2 guards that were robbed at the city centre? Yeah, I spoke about it earlier on. How you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, Christine. Like, these people, they haven't got a Garda car to bring to go and help out their 2 colleagues, but yet Dublin is safe. What happens if something happens in Dublin and you need a squad car? Like, these 2 lads got robbed and, they had nothing. See the two guards got robbed. Yeah. Embarrassing. Yeah, embarrassing. I wouldn't tell anyone. Maybe the fella in the taxi videoed them or something. Went to see my nanny when she was sick, first with cancer in 2006. They were still smoking then. Yeah, 20 years ago. Yeah, it would be. Yeah. You know, he's living in Cavan. Yeah. Frankie, they were told they were tough old boards, lol. They were. You mean the Orion? Is this Man United thing? Are we still slagging over Man United or something? I don't know. 16,000 came in since 2020 with no passports. That's what's reported. Thousands of deportation orders that aren't being enforced. How are we still? How or will they lead the way? Sorry, how are or will they lead the way? Women being attacked, raped, and murdered, children being stabbed. Still no rush on Gardaí to remove illegals. Thousands not entitled to be here, and the system is taking its time while we Irish suffer. I agree with you, Kat. I agree with you. But it's only the ones that suffer and have the problem here. You know what I mean? The ones that don't see this, the ones that live in the little ivory towers where they bring their kids here, they bring their kids there, they do this, they do that, they live the 3 holidays a year, their little glass of wine, the football, the darts, the Formula One. They just don't care. It's not affecting them until they get a phone call. Listen, your young ones after being abducted, or your young ones after being raped, or your young ones after being attacked and slashed, or something. That's when it hits home. That's when they go, shit, we should have listened to them people, you know? They weren't mad. And Graham Carey is the epitome of that. He's calling this. I was at that protest in 2022 when he stood up and they wouldn't give him a mic. So he shouted himself. And it's a great, have a listen to it. Everything he said in that has come true. Everything. Being a security guard in that supermarket in Ashton Village must be hard going the past 18 months. Another foreigner causing a scene in there Monday night, taking a shit with it. Yeah, is that the Lidl's one, is it? I know what you're talking about, yeah. I think, no, it's not Lidl's, it's the Super Value, I think, isn't it? Jeez, we're flying here tonight, lads. I have loads more videos I need to play, so MP5 Keelings, I heard are employing foreigners with no work permits and paying them under the table. Of course they are. They've been doing that for years, mate. Years. Paddy Mac. Paul, did anything come about that poor man who was killed by the bus or the victims injured? No. But someone was calling about it the other day. Like, nothing has been told. Now, I got a voicemail. I played it here on the show when this happened. I played it on the Sunday night. I didn't give a shit. And the guy in the voicemail was talking about your woman that was driving the bus that they threw her our go ahead, that she couldn't drive, that she had to do 12 lessons in a car, you know, and they just couldn't. She was just shit at driving, so they let her go or something like that, and then off she went, and she got into Dublin bus. So. And then we had, was it last week in Cork? Now I missed Sunday night. I know I did, but like I think it was the Sunday before. The bus heading down to Cork. Your man nearly fell asleep twice. The people on the bus had to stop it and get off the bus and look for a new bus. Nothing on the news about that. Nothing at all. Guards are afraid of black and brown people. They're terrified, just like the police in Britain. Don't want to be all over the media and end up like that Derek Chauvin cop in America. Yeah. Like you say, Paul, I know it spreads into the middle class areas, might start caring then. Yeah, that's the only way. Unfortunately, it has to get worse before it gets better. I've said this all along, that it has to get worse before it gets better. It's getting worse, and it's getting worse, and it's getting worse. You have 5 things happening in one day now. The police know what's going on, yet still they stay silent. They know they have to go to these things every day. They have to attend. They have to arrest these people. They have to bring them to prison. They have to bring them to Mount. You know, they can see it in real time. You know what I mean? We're seeing it on Facebook and everywhere else, but these are actually there. They're arresting these people. You know, they need to stand with the people. They need somebody to book their ideas up. I'm being honest with you. Revolut Coffee link. Hang on there, I'll throw it up in a minute. The reason they want the Irish gone is because for years Ireland was the whitest country in the world. Untouched genes, etc. One drop rule ran supreme in Ireland. Yeah. I have to go. Thank you. No problem. Thank you very much for tuning in. Fair play to you. We will talk to you Sunday. Sunday now, I don't know about Sunday. We mightn't be able to do Sunday. I might get the lads to do Sunday and I'll come on late because the All Ireland is on Sunday and I will have the kids because their mammy will be at the match and I'd say she'll have some fizzy drinks. So, yeah, I'll have the kids. So, I don't know. We'll see Sunday night. I'll advertise it. 100% that he'll be proven right in the end. Yeah. The establishment, along with the far left, are absolutely desperate for a video of guards mishandling a brown person, and guards know it. Sure, look what happened with the security guards in town a couple of weeks ago. They had witch doctors outside, for fuck's sake. You know, come on. Look, 5 of them kneeling on him. 5, like, it didn't matter whether he was black, white, green, yellow, alien. It doesn't matter. They'd have done the same thing. The same way as Ruth Coppinger jumped on that thing, the Georgianchenko thing, and this thing, the same shite, 5 years apart. Like, you know what I mean? The woman's a scumbag. I'm gonna play. I have to say, I'm getting to like this Ken O'Flynn. Now, not in a sexual gay way, you know what I mean? Just what he's doing. It's great.
To say what half of this country is thinking and what this House has refused to hear. Women in Ireland do not feel safe. Walking through the capital, walking through Cork City, my own constituency, and walking through the towns and villages where women once thought nothing of walking home alone. That ordinary precious freedom, Minister, has been taken from the Irish woman. And it did not happen by accident, it happened by policy. 8 women dead this year. Of identified suspects, 1 is Irish. 1. That is not an invented figure, Minister, but it was something that I will not be silenced for repeating in this House or anywhere else. And it is not only Ireland's shame, it is Europe's. Sweden's own National Council for Crime Prevention reports that people of foreign background are 1/5 of the population, but 43% of homicide perpetrators. In Spain, it is reported that this year alone, half of the women murdered in the Kingdom of Spain were killed by foreign nationals. Across this continent, governments have opened their doors, but they have lost control of their borders. And when their own citizens stand up and take notice, they lecture them or they call them far right for calling out that government. Minister, we in Europe have brought this upon ourselves, and our women are paying for the ultimate price. The hibernophobic mistress of misandry, Deputy Coppinger, has said it is racist to report the truth about the suspect in the killing of Jamie Carney. She blames mainstream media. She blames the toxic culture of Irish masculinity. She blames phobic this and phobic the other. But when it's phobic when it does not fit her narrative. And I say to this House that the women of Ireland are not afraid of slogans, they're not afraid of slurs. But, Minister, what they are afraid of is a man wanted for raping 4 children in Britain who hid out for a month in Cork. There is an increasing feeling across this country that Ireland has become a refuge for those fleeing justice and not persecution. That must stop. I say to you, Minister, this bill and the facts on the record is a good bill and I will support it. But the people are owed the truth. And as God is my witness, Minister, they will have the truth from me and they will have the truth continuously from my party. I commend this bill to the House and I will be supporting this bill.
Chapter Collins.
Thank you very much indeed. Fair play to him. I have to say, fair play to him. He's doing all the right moves for me now. I'm being honest with you. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him, you know. People are going, oh yeah, he's another gay, he's another day. I don't care. He's speaking out. He's speaking and telling people what's going on. This bill that he's putting through now will give us the crime stats and the ethnicity and race of these people, the nationality of these people. This has to be a good thing. This law they passed a couple of years ago that you can't give out the name of an illegal migrant or a refugee. That's bullshit. That needs to be dropped. Everything else, all names need to be on the table. All names. Years ago, if a woman got raped, I remember years ago a woman got raped in Dunlecarney or up around that way, Colester or something like that, years ago, or sexual assault. And that night, there was a photo of it on RT News, on the news that night. Now, okay, it was the 80s, say it was the 70s, late 70s, 80, early 80s, but that's the way it used to work. A photo of it was put out. You look at, you look at I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous. Garda Patrol used to be out years ago. Do you remember Garda Patrol? Garda Patrol would show you this, that, and the other, and it was shite some nights. You know what I mean? Oh, Rosie's Boutique in Roscommon was robbed, and there was 6 shorts and blouses and whatever bullshit. There was one on it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, right? That these two guys went to a house, bashed the person in the house, a woman, I think it was a woman, and held her hostage and used her card. Took her card, went to about 6 or 8 different banks in different areas during the day. And they were looking for these guys, right? The description they gave, right? He was wearing a black tracksuit, black jacket, and a black hat, black beanie hat. The chap was as black as the fucking ace of spades. You know what I mean? Could they not have just said he was a black man? You know what I mean? Look at it. There you go. There's the photo of it. They done another one about 4 months before. This fella was as black as the ace of spades as well. He big juju lips and the whole bloody lot, and he had him looking grey and pale. That he didn't look black. They don't want to report on this. They don't want to see if they report on migrant crime, they have to deal with the problem. And they don't want to deal with the problem. But the problem's going to come to them. If 10,000 of these fucking Muslims march on Dublin to go to one of these Palestinian things and turn on the 4,000 guards, they are Donald Duck lads. So we're all Donald Duck when that happens, to be honest with you. Martina, honestly, Paul, I know firsthand how bad it is in Dublin. Yeah, all the foreign businesses and taxi drivers are doing a lot crap. The amount of females that are being terrorized. I know. And I said it to my dad. Ireland is full, and that's why it is happening. Yeah, I could swear this chap has been listening to Ninja Knight and Rowan Croft and Philip Dwyer and the Irish column. Thanks, John Paul. Somebody asked me to do. Hang on. Yeah. There you are. Someone just asked me to put up the link for the Buy Me Coffee. So I'll put it up there now. And I'll share the screen. Now, politics is not fixing this. There's always a politician that reveals, ask hard questions. It's part of the script. Reveal all the Dáil cabinet, put in a public record, and they can't be held accountable. Yeah, you're right. No, you are right. I think you are right. But I think he's the best we have there at the minute. Like, they're all singing off the same hymn sheet. They're all, every one of them, you know. Brought it up. Yeah. There's the, if you want to buy a coffee there, lads, you can buy my coffee, or you can do the Revolut thing. We know when a foreigner rapes anybody in this country because it's always described a male, and an Irishman says white male. Yes. That's how it works, yeah. I remember a guard describing an unsolved rape on Crime Line when I was a kid, and the woman hosting the show was almost shaking. Yeah. I remember it myself. Simon Harris is more worried about taxing an e-scooter than an elderly man stabbed in Cavan. Yeah. I miss Ninja Knight on YouTube. Yeah, he's a good guy. These fellas are as bad as Larry Murphy, and there's no trail to that. Yeah, I know. Problem is, Paul, a liberal woman can be raped in this country, but they are that brainwashed that they feel sorry for the prick that raped them. Look at that woman in Kerry. She's a prime example of it. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Palestine, free Palestine from the river to the sea. You got to kick me hole. You know, come on. And then she started going out with this guy, and like he battered her with a bleeding at the top of the toilet, and left her there for her daughter to find. Like, and again, where was Ruth Coppinger? Nowhere to be seen, but the far right, remember, the far right are here, and they are the danger here. They are the biggest problem in this country. And of course, toxic masculinity as well. That's another big one. And I see the two Tates are being brought back to the UK. Seen that there today, that the two of them have been arrested in Miami. Ron DeSantis said he was going to arrest them if they come into Miami, and he called his bluff, and he arrested the two of them last night. So the two of them have been detained now, and they're being flown back. Well, we don't know whether they're being extradited back to the UK to face 17 rape charges, human trafficking, porn, something or other, and child sexual abuse images. And like them, I love them. You know what I mean? It's persecution. That's all it is with them. You know what I mean? Like toxic masculinity. Yeah, that's his thing, isn't it? Yeah, he's the man who made all that happen. Like, come on. He's the man they told you made all that happen, you know? Simon Harris is you. Skerries was gang shit fighting over tough drug areas. Yeah, Paul. Yeah. Ruth Coppinger. The cistern lid off the toilet. That's one. Yeah. Better with it. Ruth Coppinger was booking a ticket to Turkey to get her face sorted. She'll get her face sorted. I'm sure somebody will sort her face for her. No one arrested for Epstein files yet. Who cares? Tate is a Muslim. Yeah, I'm just saying. They're being fucking persecuted. I really hate to say it, but zero sympathy for the American woman in Kerry. She actually described her relationship with that guy as safe love. Yeah, I know. And yeah, to be honest, someone is Coppinger, a man, refused to believe she is a woman. Yeah. Speaking of it, pussy converted into Turkish prison, I'd rather die. Or he. Yeah. Sorry, take that down now. Jesus Christ, I forgot all about that. I actually did a video. I had a video here. Chucky. This is her. Okay, wait till you hear this. This is the other night on. Now, wait till you hear the way she goes on about the far right. Remember, and then she talks about that we went through a pandemic. Now, I have a video of her speaking at Ashtown 2 years ago. And the first thing she says in that video is, now you have to remember, it was the far right who were the anti-vaxxers. That's exactly what she said. Yeah. But I'll let you listen to this. And I have this labeled as Chucky because that's who she is.
Is there danger here, Ruth, that we over-exaggerate sort of this anti-immigrant sentiment that we're seeing now?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the far right it's a serious issue. So I want just to put it in context. Yes, they do represent a tiny number, but the perfect storm has been created for the far right to grow. I mean, we've come through a global pandemic which hit so many people, you know, in so many different ways. We have a massive housing crisis for over a decade, which the established parties have failed to address. They've left vulture funds.
And we see this, don't we? We see this at the weekend or last Friday.
And
we see
the
housing
crisis.
Figures,
and then
the figures.
And then you have a war where people are being brought in very, very rightly. I think the majority of people in Ireland want to accommodate people. But there is a problem, and I would have said this on this show before, because people who are downtrodden and suffering from the housing crisis look and see the government is bending over backwards to accommodate people from other countries when they did nothing for us. And there's an element of that. But there's an element also, the far right aren't just using the housing crisis, they're also stirring up the most base and backward association of unvetted men with rape and sexual abuse. And I think we really have to challenge that.
They're blaming it for rape and whatever, but it's true. Like, look at wait till these stats come out. Like, I can't see them getting these stats, guys. I'm being honest with you. If they get these stats, it'll blow the whole lot out of the water. As I said, they'll have to deal with it. You know what I mean? And again, Patrick Quinlan doing great work in the council as well. Fair play to him. He's on his own there. He's looking to get the list, and I think the Dublin City Council should be doing the same. All of them. I think Tom McDonald should be doing the same down in, and I think Glenn should be doing the same out in South Dublin. Says no, Glenn Moore, or is he still a councillor? I don't know whether they are or not. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know with these people anymore. You know what I mean? Get the salary, but let's not do the work. You know what I mean? Gavin Pepper puts in the effort. I have to say, I'll give it to him. He puts in a bit of effort. Like, you know what I mean? The rest of them, Patrick Quinlan does a bit of effort as well. Patrick is fighting the fight. The rest of them, the fucking waste of space. Will you stop? Will you? Money we're all roped are getting. Daniel, when God was giving out looks, Ruth was back at the queue. Yeah, she hit every bleeding. She fell out the ugly tree and hit every fucking branch. That one, I'm telling you. She is a horrible, horrible woman. Man, whatever she is. Oh, shut up, you wagon. Yeah. Oh, I hate her, but I just had to play it there for you. It's just the far right, the far right, the far right, the far right. Everything is the far right. Oh, I can't wait to meet her in Blanchardstown. I went to 2 events there a while ago there and she didn't show up. They were cancelled. The far right is their label for concerned mothers and fathers, and more play off the labels. I'm Indigenous Irish, end of. Yeah, so am I. The government of the UK are going to court to stop stats coming out about crime. Yeah. And have you seen your man Andy Warnham has done a U-turn on the digital ID? He's not going to be pushing the digital ID. Yet we are. And your Christine Lagarde, is it? She came to something yesterday that money will be phased out. Money will be gone by October. I did say this. I did tell you this last year. Blessed says no. Far right and proud. I'm far right because I'm labelled far right. Okay, because I was in. Now, Jeremy and Adrian said this to me. Yeah, well, you're in you're far right, Paul. I said, no. Where did you get that from? A concerned citizen. You're in a far right party. I said, says who? Well, everyone knows it's a far right party. I said, who knows? I said, who knows it's a far right party? Who called it a far right party? Who? Yeah, but you know Herman Kelly is far right. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's a plant. Government plant. Those on the far right have been right so far. Yes. Hollywood Coppinger bullied at school, now taking it out on the rest of us. You see, what happened with Coppinger? Coppinger didn't get in 2020. Didn't get in. She lost her seat. Remember, she had her seat from 2016 to 2020. And what resurrected her was the black vote. She jumped on the Georgia and Kenko thing in 2020 when that happened. She jumped on that. So she had all the black vote in Mulhuddard and all around there to get her in. And the Ashtown vote, all the Palestinians. And then you have the trans votes and all the other sort of gobshites that come with that. That's who voted her in. She has 3 nephews who are trans. Yeah, 3 nephews. Yeah. I have a little video of one of them. I had a bit of a row on them one night. We are the far blight. We're always right. We are dealing with low IQ. That's exactly what it is. Low IQ. These people consider all our grandparents and great grandparents far right. Yeah. Oh, Paul boy, she may have been a bully herself. Very pushy. Nah, she thinks she is. She's very pushy with people that let her push. You know what I mean? She's. If I got a hold of her, I'd fucking eat her. I'm telling you. If everyone is serious about getting their country back, you do know both sides have to come together, or else they win because they control both sides. Well, they don't control me. So, I'm joking, Paul. I couldn't care less what they call me. Starting to wonder if Rue Coppinger tore down Paul's invite out for a drink on Tinder. Oh, I tell you. With a garden full of Mickeys, I wouldn't have people over the wall. She's an awful looking thing, isn't she? My God. Horrible, horrible woman. I'd say she's a Muslim. Why isn't she wearing the hijab? She's married to a Muslim. So, like, one of them would have having to change their religion. Muslim. So I'd say she's a Muslim and she doesn't wear the hijab. Goes to show you the respect she has for it. They've always needed a bogeyman for funding for NGOs and Garda, etc. There's no far right, just labels to divide. The left and right are controlled by the same. People are texting me on this one. Okay, I can't read that. Paul, you're slagging poor Ruth, but I really think Ivana Patrick is a transvestite. I got slated by the lefties last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year I got slated by them. There was something she spoke about a rape. There was a rape or something. Something happened. Some woman was raped by an Irish man, obviously. You know what I mean? Otherwise, they wouldn't have spoke about it. But yeah, and she was talking about how women were afraid and this, that, and I put underneath a tweet, "You're all right." I said, "You don't have to worry about getting raped. You're in fucking bits." And I was slaughtered by the lefties, like really, really slaughtered. Like, you know, I just kept blowing them kisses. I couldn't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Chucky is right. Well-fitting name for that yoke. I fatigue listening to her. She makes me so freak. I know. Got in on the 16th count. Yeah, I know, Angie. Yeah. Yeah. The far right is only common sense people with a brain who put. Yeah, I know. Okay. I mightn't be doing there. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. We're talking about Virginia. This is Virginia last night. Look the little fella, he's in like a light up in. Look at his way. Wow. All out of their heads. Every one of them out of their heads. Yeah. Oh, how do where are we? I'm getting text in. And yeah, hang on. This was just sent in to me there. Look at this. Could you imagine going into town? Could you imagine sending your kids into town on the Lewis or whatever? Would you trust your kids going in there on the Lewis? Watch this now. Look at this fella. Could you imagine letting your kids into this is why my kids don't go into I was in town with Kira. I went to see Charlie Puth on Charlie Puth. Is that his name? Charlie Puth on Sunday night. That was why I wasn't on Sunday night. But yeah, very good now, I have to say. But man, I was watching everything. Got everything. Now, there'd be times I'd go in there, I go to the match or whatever like that. I'd end up going to the match and I'd have a point or two. I'd have a couple of points, maybe 4 or 5 points. You get the train back out with the kids and whatever. Water, didn't I? Water. I just, no, couldn't do it. Me and her went in, had our dinner the whole lot at 6 o'clock, and we headed out to Charlie Poot. We were home at all about 12ish. It was brilliant, like, I mean, but we were on the bus, and like that. Like, I gotta be honest with you, get on the bus going to Ongar at 12 o'clock at night. It's like the United colours of Benetton, man. I'm telling you now, it really is. Spot the white man. Yeah. Well, loads of messages there. I'm just gonna finish up now in a few minutes. Knife in his pocket, no doubt. They all have the knives in their pockets, lads. Yeah. Let's get another message in there. 3 arrested cops see 60 grand of suspected Class A drugs in Belfast. Cheers. Drugs up the north. Jesus, it's. Why should we have Garda stations in the middle of our communities when the Garda are against us? Yeah, we should shut down our local Garda stations. They no longer have a mandate to be in our areas. Well said, Brian. Fair play to you. And you should, any guard you know, you should tell them to fuck off. Don't serve them in your shops. Don't serve them in your restaurants. Don't serve them in your cafes. Give them nothing until they sort their shit out here. You know what I mean? Like, these are the people who are pepper spraying your granddads and your aunties and your uncles. Well, not yours. I'm talking to the people in here that I know. You know what I mean? Like, my dad, 79 years of age, pepper sprayed 2 years ago in Coolock for nothing. And these people think they should breathe the same air as us. It should be like up the north. I'm sorry. Years ago up the north, they weren't allowed to live anywhere. They were ran out of housing estates. And they had to build housing estates for them. That's where they should be, in a little compound. I have 1 or 2 videos I need to play, so just bear with me there. Okay, no, not that one. Not that one. Close that. Just let me have a look. Oh, somebody sent me a thing about Dublin Live. I don't. I'll talk about them on Sunday night, maybe. Let me see. We're on to 51 here now, guys. 150. Oh, fair play to everyone. We're up to 650. Fair play. I want to play this. This is Ballybrack. This is 3 years ago today. Ballybrack stood together and said no to mass illegal immigration, and we meant it. This is a video of my good friend Fergus Parr. So have a listen to this, and I'll come back and we'll finish up.
It's not happening here, boys. Come out, run! The window's blocked out now. Hello? What's the story, mate? What's going on here, though? Yeah, but who are you putting in, though? Who are you putting in here? Yeah, now you're walking, but who's going into it? You don't know. So who owns the place? You don't care. Well, I do. I live a fucking round here. My kids are around here, right? Yeah, well, I fucking care. Yeah, right, whatever. Who owns the place? Who owns the place?
Well, I don't know who's walking here.
Yeah. No, you understand that, mate? But they're putting in fucking fake refugees all over the kip. Understand that, but you're not putting. There's going to be kids put in danger here. There's fake refugees getting put in here. But don't worry, I will be fucking taking her up with them. You know who owns the place now? Well, who's in charge of the work here? Who's in charge of the work here? Please, yeah, get them for us, yeah. They're putting in these everywhere, mate. They're putting in. Nah. Yeah. How are you doing? Are you looking after the build here? Right, who is it? Declan Hill. Declan Hill. You won't be putting in no fake refugees around here endangering their fucking kids. I'm telling you here now, right? It's happening all over the country and it won't be fucking happening here. It's not UK here. They say, yeah, Ukrainian families. You go on there with that. We've our own homes around here, right? They said that everywhere there's no men. Now, come here and tell you, they're saying that for fucking months, it's women and children, all right? They're saying about months, and then there's bleeding military-aged men getting put in here with no documentation or nothing. Yeah, you can nod your head all you fucking want, but it's happening all over the country, mate. And it won't be happening fucking here. You can tell your boss, we'll be back here now later on again, right? Simple as fucking that.
I love that tune. Braveheart. Yeah, love it. Fair play to Ferg Stanley's ground there. I remember watching that the day it happened. Fair play to him, yeah. That man thought he was being smart. I don't give a bollock. Well, I care. My kids are here. Yeah. Change from 156 here, lads. Fair play. Irish who say they don't care need to be dealt with. This is ultimately, yeah. I agree. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm going to just change me Scooby-Doo. Boom. There we are. There he is. I've more videos to play, but like as I said, I haven't been on for a couple of weeks, so that the talking sort of got out of hand. You know what I mean? So it's been great. Fair play to everyone who tuned in. Thanks very much. 670 there. Fair play to everyone. Thank you. And if anyone bought a coffee, fair play to you for that. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you all. I might talk to you Sunday. If I don't, I'll put out a post on Saturday if I'm doing the show Sunday, okay? But I might get the lads to try and do it. See can they do it. So thanks to everyone who tuned in. And like I say, every night that I'm here, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless. Take care.